Okay, I think with Wes Anderson films, you're either going to have people that like it or don't like it. I'm more on the side of I'm liking his movies just because it's something different. Yes, it's very tropey, that's his style, but you don't get it that often. So I really enjoyed the Phoenician scheme. Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon, reviewing the Phoenician scheme. What's about pretty simple premise. We are in an unknown part of a country. Okay, yes, we do. It's in the Middle East, and they're trying to have a perfect railway system, dam, and he needs buyers. But is it going to be a scheme? Because who's going to actually fund this project? So we have to go to like Tom Hanks, Bryan Cranston, uh, Riz Ahmed, sorry about that. We have Scarlett Johansson, Benedict Cumberbatch, and others in this movie. But while doing it, he keeps people trying to kill him. This sucker, he just won't die. Benicio del Toro just won't die. And because he realizes, wait a minute, I'm going in and out of consciousness or dying. I'm going to heaven. I think there's a point where it's like, I don't know if God's going to let me into heaven. So he's going to, try to do better with his only daughter. Give the daughter the estate, but she's about to be a nun. So if she accepts it, the church won't take her as a nun because she will be the sole beneficiary. So, of course, we have an hour and 40-minute movie that goes through this shenanigans. Of course, like I said, are you going to like Wes Anderson movies or are you not going to like his movies? I understand how some people might not like it just because of the feel, the stationariness of it. But this one, I felt was a lot better than Asteroid City. I truly enjoyed myself more. I thought it was more funny. I thought the story was more entertaining, better themes, and overall just a better time in my opinion. Michael Cera, Benicio del Toro, Mia. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I'm so sorry. But of course, those are the three main characters. Most, I would say Wes Anderson movies does have a decent amount of like cast where it's like, Moonrise Kingdom is like mostly a Bruce Willis. Then you have, Asteroid City is mostly you have Jason Schwartzman and Scarlett Johansson. Here, it is that trio of characters. Like I said, you have Jeffrey Wright in this as well, and of course with hand grenades as well. The look of the movie. There's one specific shot which I freaking enjoyed, where it was like a huge screen, and Benicio del Toro is coming out of one door, Michael Cera's out of the other, and his daughter and Benicio del Toro are going to sit at this table. And how it's shot, you're like, is this a miniature? I can't tell if this is a miniature because people are moving in and out, and just how it's done is just freaking amazing. Like, the tropes. I don't even call these tropes because very, very, very few directors do this, but Wes Anderson tropes are some of the greatest tropes I've seen in movies just because of these things. And like I said in the after reaction review of like Out of the Theater, Wes Anderson and Michael Bay, who I love to work with, because even Michael Bay has his tropes, especially with his circle camera. You see in Transformers, Bad Boys 2, and it's like one of those things where he will put in his movies a Pain and Gain as well. So Wes Anderson, I really enjoy his style. And of course, same with that color, themes, and aspects. People are going to either love it or hate it. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I enjoyed my whole with this movie. It just made me feel good as well. Just the story itself of like, do you know if your life's going to end and what you're going to do with it? You're going in and out of consciousness and you're like replaying things in your past and you're like, am I a good person? And should I have done things better of just overall for the world? And I really enjoyed that because of course not everyone's going to have those thoughts, especially like homeless people or things like that, because they're just trying to live day to day, and these rich people, they do stuff. But then watched something recently where it's like the millionaires and billionaires back in the day were a lot better of like, okay, I'm about to die, let's donate this park, or I'm going to build a stadium for people that are going to remember my legacy. Now all the million and billionaires now are like, I want AI. And it's like they're not really contributing like real just stagnant or real stuff that people can enjoy. Because how many people can you honestly say like social media or AI is truly making people better? I think people are more better when they're outside and playing baseball or watching a theater or something like that, instead of, oh my God, what's on? What's on the X? What's on the X? And I think this movie does it because it's based in 1950s as well of what he's trying to go for. Like I said, the acting's great. The look of the movie's great. The editing's fantastic. The look of the movie is great. The scenarios, like I said, none of Wes Anderson movies are really truly laugh out loud funny, but they're just like, it puts a smile on your face and it makes you think of what these are going through. Yes, could some people be a little bit disarrayed by the whole religious aspect of this movie about him, questioning everything? Sure. But actually, I thought that like raised it a little bit better. Of course, I'm going to compare this to Asteroid City because honestly, I haven't seen French Dispatch. I saw Grand Budapest Hotel a long time ago, so I have to rewatch them. But something about like when I went out of the theaters of Asteroid City, I want to say I felt empty, but I was like, I really didn't get a good theme of this movie, or was maybe a little bit convoluted with all the characters and what they're trying to do with this, asteroid falling in this middle of, like, I think it was New Mexico, if I'm not mistaken. This one, I just felt like I connected with a lot of the characters more. I understand the actual themes and what Benicio del Toro's character is trying to actually do with him and the 9 sons. Now, I love the part when they're talking about adoption and why he wants to hedge his bets, basically, of maybe the adopted kids are better than his real kids. That was funny. Like, there were scenes in this movie, like, when his organs are coming out, it's like, oh, it's a lot harder to push in than you think. There's an oh snap gore moment in the very beginning of the scene. I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of interesting. But like you could tell, I really enjoyed myself with the Phoenician scheme. Overall, I really enjoyed it. Is it a perfect movie? No. I guess when I was in watching The Life of Chuck, I know some people next to me, like one guy really liked it and one girl didn't like it. But I also leave The Life of Chuck. I don't think a lot of people like that movie either. But with Wes Anderson's one, I do think it's going to be more positive. I do wish it beat Final Destination for my Gold Derby, but I got that wrong. But overall, Phoenician Scheme, I enjoyed it. It's colorful, fun, and it's kind of what I wanted for a Sunday afternoon. So the Phoenician Scheme will receive a 4.5 out of 5 Futons, which equals at 90%. We'll see the critics' news scores gave this one. So critics a 79% with 199 of them. Audience score is 73% with over 500. Critic consensus: the caper made with all the Okay, what is this critic consensus? A caper made with the intricacies of a Rube Goldberg machine. Don't know what that means. The Phoenician Scheme doesn't deviate from Wes Anderson's increasingly ornate style, but delivers the formula which mannered delicacy. Delicacy. Anyway. Any Hootamagoos, 90, 79, 73. Chase Lock here, the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't know these Futontopia. You Blue Futonians, take a watch for a great day. I'll watch Tate tomorrow, week from month, and you're found. So, freaking one of you. Peace and love, and stay safe. And don't be, tricked with any kind of scheme. They could really ruin your life.